What is up, everyone? It is Andrew here of Beat It AT Production and Publishing, bringing you guys a new YouTube video. In this YouTube video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to structure a rap beat. Or essentially, once you have your loop or main melody made in the channel rack, how you can split it up and then structure it in the playlist or song mode. And so with this, I already have a beat that I made. I actually made it in a recent beat session video. It was a Young Thug beat session video. I'll go ahead and play the loop for you all right now. So I even did some mixing and slight mastering. So I mean, I already did a lot of work to it. So purely what we're going to be working on is just the structure. So that is essentially like the beat, and I don't really feel the need to add any other elements to it, at least not right now. I might make it a little bit more complicated later on, but let's just go ahead and work with it in our playlist now. So if you click it in, and as long as you have your pattern selected, it should pull it up. Your structure, in your playlist and song mode. As a fair warning, I guess, it's kind of common sense. I feel like at this point, this is going to be a tutorial, mostly for beginners or people just learning on the structuring, or maybe someone that wants to refresh their knowledge with how to structure a rap beat or whatever. And so we're just going to be following the common traits in like a lot of the hip-hop industry, trap music. So go up here. This is a pattern selector. It's gonna tell us all of our options. We're gonna do split by channel. So the channel rack is made up with different channels. The channels being the instruments and such. So it essentially just split up all of our instruments. So now we got different patterns for each one, as you can see right here. So pull this down. Alright, so now we got everything. I just did Control A and then held Shift to essentially drag everything. That's what that pretty much does. I'm going to go ahead and lock content as well to all these tracks. What that means is each track is going to read what's on it and lock it to that content. So essentially, if all you have in here is the 808 and it's the same pattern and you do lock to content, it's going to lock it just to that pattern. This is a good way just to see everything, and also since you lock to content, it will read whatever it's locked to. So it's a flute pattern, so you can click it and it'll put in the flute pattern there, and when we go to the lead pluck, it'll click it right there, instead of the need for us to instead of us needing to change our pattern, because before you could really just duplicate these patterns or sections, you need to separate them and such, if that made any sense. So this is going to be when the chorus drops right here. So I'm gonna do Alt T chorus / hook, and so we don't need Alt T. This is our intro. We don't need a crash, don't want the pluck. I might just do the flute halfway through. Actually, no, I'll do the organ. Cut out the flute, cut out the clap, cut out the kick, cut out the hi-hat, cut out the snap, cut out the snare, cut out the 808. So it should play. And then, yeah, this is gonna be fine. And then maybe we could do that. Nah, we're good. So this is what I might do. Cut out the kick right there. I might make this chorus a little bit longer than the typical chorus. Well, actually nah. This is about the standard chorus. It's about 8 bars. This is actually a shorter intro, but because it's about 4 bars. I always get confused when I do this really long structure. Yeah, so our chorus, our intro is about 8 bars. We got a 16 for a chorus, but since we're in double time, it's actually a 4 and then an 8 bar. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue with our pattern. We're gonna have this piano playing all the way through. Have the hi-hat there, hi-hat there, hi-hat there, cut it in half there. Need these claps right there. So now we should have almost our first gonna cut that. We're gonna cut the flute in half as well. Actually, what I might do is we're gonna move that over. We're gonna get rid of all of this. We're gonna move it over like that. Holding shift, dragging it over, saving it. Oh, excuse me. And so now we got like this little bridge part. Then it goes into the chorus again. So the chorus is 8 bars, the verse is a 16, and then the intro is like a 4 bar, very like basic. If we went down to 75, which would be half like normal speed, essentially 75 BPM instead of the 150, everything would be cut down in half. And instead of me telling you guys making an 8 bar like intro and a 16 bar chorus, it would essentially be a 4 bar intro and then an 8 bar chorus, but since it's double the speed, you gotta create double the length, and that's essentially double time. And FL Studio, when you open it, is essentially 140 BPM, so it already starts on that, which is why a lot of people it's kind of like a different structure. It's like you just multiply your structure by 2 essentially. And so now if we really listen to this, and then honestly you'd copy and paste it, and you'd make slight changes in this version. You don't want to create copy paste beats, as what I like to call them, where it's like just a loop all the way through. So after you structure your beat, this is what you should have. I'm gonna play it for you guys, and this is gonna give you guys the main idea on how to make a rap beat, or the modernized trap. Atlanta, Young Thug, Future, YFN Lucci, all that type of jazz, all those type of artists beats. Relatively easy. This is just a tutorial on structuring. So if you guys thought this was beneficial, be sure to give us a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. Visit beatitat.com to get drum kits and a whole bunch of other tools that you producers would benefit from. And also check out the website odular.com. The link to that is in the description. That's a new website that I actually been working on with a couple of buddies. We're going through a lot of changes on the site, but there's a lot. It's a big marketplace for drum kits from major distributors like Producer Loops and such. It's literally like the better version of Splice. But yeah. Alright, this is Andrew P here, and I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna play this beat.